I always love to talk Blaser, and it's become even more of one of my affectionate moments since spending time in Switzerland with Mark. I mean, Mark is one of those endearing people. I got Chris with me today. We're going to talk Blaser today. We're going to go a little bit into the sky. Don't worry, there's more details on that. And we're, of course, got to talk about education because it's so very important. But spending time with Mark, spending time in the chemistry lab where I set things on fire, and the R&D facility that I've never seen at another coolant facility has been such an engaging and uplifting, important education for me. And I get to talk a little bit with Chris today. Chris, thank you so much for talking with me. I appreciate it. Let's talk a little bit about Blaser. We all know Coolant. When I was a machinist, Chris, I've said this before, they might even be getting annoyed by how many times I've said it, but I never checked. I was a bad machinist when it came to my coolant, only realizing years later that it touches everything in my shop. How much money I lose or save, how much tool life I lose or save, all of the secondary finishes on my products, if I need rework or not, all comes from quality coolant and utilizing coolant effectively. That's where you guys come into play.
Yeah, and it is true. I mean, coolant touches every single aspect of the process. And without the proper maintenance and education of that, it can be a detriment to what's going on. So if we just have the opportunity to be able to take the time to say, hey, these are the steps that need to be done, you can take something and really make it into a liquid tool like we say you can do. A little bit of an investment of not just some time, maybe some money into that can bring amazing process reductions, cycle time reductions, tool life expanses. It's just really can be an amazing tool in your toolbox.
Yeah, and I love that saying liquid tool, by the way, because it is exactly what it is. Those of us who come from the machining world realize that it's exactly that. I love the story as well about the original creation of Blaser and going from door to door and saying, okay, maybe you don't think you need my product, but let me show you how it works. I'll be back in a week. And if you think it works like I do, you can pay me then. That concept has evolved over the years from shoe shine to coolant. But the concept and idea of letting someone, you proving and educating people on how this actually works has still at the core of the company. So let's talk about the importance of educating the audience.
Well, I think there's two things when you say that. Is there's still a time and a place where you need to be able to step up and put your money where your mouth is also, because your customer and the end user is also willing to invest long-term in what's happening. And I think that the most important part is that if you're not willing to stand behind your fluid, then why would somebody want to be able to take the time or invest in that with you? So I think really what we need to do is we need to make sure that we are able to express to the customer that, look, if this doesn't meet the parameters of what we've discussed, that you've agreed to, that we've agreed to, then it's on us. And I think that's really where we have the opportunity to show and shine by saying, hey, we're going to stand behind this from the beginning of the process to the end of the process and do what's right long term.
I'm sure you've heard this statement, but I'm going to say it anyway. Have you heard leading a horse to water?
I have.
Or teaching a person how to fish, or, you know, all of these sayings. My point is, when I was in a machine shop and my coolant was bad, most cases what happened was I would complain about my coolant. Somebody who knew about coolant would come in and fix my coolant, and I was never educated. What you guys come in is bring the education. So if something is foaming, or if something is too oily or too watery, or I have too much of the foam that's sticking on my components when it comes off the machine, I know why it's happening because you've educated me on that instead of just coming in and saying, oh, we'll fix that and then walk out the door again. That's the point of education as well through Blaser.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you can tell somebody, but if you don't take the time to tell them and show them at the same time, practical application's not going to work. So really what we need to be able to do is, if you're not successful because I've not done the right things, I mean, that is really on me. But what we try to do is make sure that you can be successful because we put the right processes, the right steps, the right maintenance in place for you to be able to have a good, healthy coolant that can take care of all your needs.
Can we head into the sky a little bit?
We can.
I believe there's some technology you like to talk about. I believe it's called SkyTec.
Well, it's a really great solution that we've brought out to the field. It's called SkyTec 500, B-Cool SkyTec 500, to be honest. It's something that Titan Gilroy has been working with. He's always been a huge fan of the Synergy 735, but now he's found another product that has really given him another solution when it comes to aerospace. We've had really good luck with firearms, and it's just been a really amazing product, and we're very, very excited about it out in the field.
Can you describe what makes this coolant different, unique, why we're excited about it, what Titan's getting into over there?
Well, it's got really good lubricity. It's
Okay.
really great biostability. In my presentation yesterday, one of the things that's getting more and more important is sustainability and the ability to be green. And while this may not necessarily have the vegetable components that some of our green products have, the ability to be biostable, long time in the sump, it just starts to reduce the waste stream. It reduces the freight and everything that's necessary to take care of those things. So the ability to have good lubricity, good tool life, the ability to be able to run faster and harder, but to also have the opportunity to be a little more sustainable and green long term really does bring it to life.
I feel like there's two camps in the world of sustainability, if it's all right, Chris. And I know that Blaser comes from the Swiss world, and the Europeans do a really great job of being eco-friendly and green to create, hopefully, a longer Earth, a sustainable Earth. And some people in the world of eco-friendly and green, the second camp is because of profitability. And people have started to realize, oh, I do save money if my pump isn't running 24 hours a day, or I don't need electricity to run. So there's two camps. So the point of that is, thank you for being eco-friendly and green. I'm glad you highlighted that, because no matter what camp you're in, benefits come from being eco-friendly and sustainable. So that's just a thank you from me to you.
Yep.
Now, we're obviously standing in one of your big partners here in RegoFix. So we're in the, as we can see right over here, the Center for Machining Excellence. The point of this facility isn't just for RegoFix to say, we're amazing. It's for community, bringing everyone together. So Blaser being a partner in Switzerland, here in the US, what does it mean, this relationship here?
Well, I think there's a couple of things here, but I think the most important one is the ability to understand what's happening in the market and the ability to approach a customer with premium options that give them the opportunity to, increase their bottom line, cut costs, and just have a better process long term. The ability for each one of us to have a little different view or a different experience of what's happened gives us all the opportunity to be able to do more and more on that. So I think that's where that comes from. The relationship is great, but the experience that we glean from each other really does make a difference.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And for everyone watching out there, if you haven't been to the facility yet, you have to check it out. Big investment, amazing partners, 30 of them. We got 3 machines, a 4th one's coming. The reason I bring this up is because you could quite literally walk into this building, have a few conversations, and walk out with your machine shop thriving with all the questions or all the answers to the questions you have. Thank you so much, Chris, for being here. I definitely appreciate you taking the time to talk with us. And thank you for being here as well. This is how we continue to make an invisible industry visible and help all of the folks out there who don't know about it actually understand that we make everything on the planet. So without us, you'd be in big trouble. Chris, again, thank you. And again, thank you. We'll see you again soon.